Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Brrr.
Yes, it is a mighty cold.
It has been really cold. I'm going to need you to fix that later, too. I just noticed that.
What's
That is
that?
not, that thing hanging from up there, that is not a good thing. But okay, I'll fix it
I
later.
don't even know what thing you were talking
It's the
about.
cat toy. I don't want them to drag that down. But anyway,
I
that's
see,
okay.
okay.
So, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Got a short list so far, but I'm sure that's bound to change. I got some games I got to watch later. I'm watching the playoff games. But I think let's just get going and see where this
Sure.
show takes us today. Hi, Libra. See, I knew people would start flooding in as soon as we start. All right. You want to make an announcement about something coming out very soon, Mr. O?
Yes, that's fact. That's right. In fact, it's tonight. It's our next and long-awaited segment on WTF with TFT. What the with TFT, and we are revisiting or updating one of our earliest shows, I guess, or the earliest show from that WTF, and that is basically an update on President Trump's health, both physical and mental health, where we see the functioning and the ability to govern. Is there any cause for concern? And basically, how will it look in about 6 months' time? So, check
It's
that
very
out.
powdery,
It'll be
Kara.
tonight at 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. I thought you were done. I'm sorry. But it will be coming out. And expect more because clearly there's some real important issues we need to look at worldwide and locally. And some of the worldwide also affects the U.S. is involved in it. So stay tuned. There will be more stuff coming. Anyway, Kara, yes, it's very powdery. It's blowing around here like dust in the air, very fine snow. And because it's so cold. I mean, it's so cold.
Right, there's no moisture, so it's pretty
Yeah.
dry. And Sonny was hoovering around here before the show started, before the cameras came on, when the theme was still running. So it might have been what brought Kara here, because then he jumped away when we were on camera, and now he's back. But
That's
he's
funny.
looking like he might head out again. I don't know.
Well, he's sniffing around here.
Hi,
I have to
Spirit
have my
Connections.
computer plugged in, so I have to leave it where it's at. Well, hi, Christine. I'll get you on the list, too. Let's see here. That's why I like to kill a little time in the beginning here so I can catch up.
All right.
As everybody starts coming in. I got the first few people, and I see you've posted a question. I'll get your question down. Maybe.
So, right, WTF, new episode tonight at 7 p.m. And we hope to catch up with some of the things we've been missing. We haven't done anything about, WTF with the Venezuela issue or any of the other, recent issues that are of great concern for more of us in the world. So that's the idea.
It is the idea. I'm trying to get Flower Beauty's question, and I think I'm all set to post the list. All right. Oh, hi, Dextros. I'll get you on the list, too.
Yes, thank you. We are trying.
Let's see
Alrighty,
here.
thanks for leaving the question. That makes sure it gets done if you're not back in time.
Our tournament yesterday went well. My son won 2 second places
Yay!
and 1 third place. I didn't place, but both of us really enjoyed doing our leadership duties. Well, so it went better than it seemed the cards predicted, I think, right?
I
So
kind
it's
of
good.
thought that he might end up doing better than you. I don't know what it really came from, but I might have said that.
We might have said that, yeah, that part anyway.
There
I
you
do
go,
know-
spot on. Well, thank you. We appreciate the feedback, and congratulations to your son, of course.
Well, at any rate, I do know some things we said did not bear fruit there, but that's okay. That happens. So I was trying to get that out there. Libra wants a general reading. That's what I was looking for, Libra's question, and now I think I'm set to go. Let's see. General reading. If I could type. Okay. All right, let me get the list out. I'm ready to go. But first, of course, we are going to do our card for the collective. I will get the list out as I have it right now before anybody else waltzes in. There we go. And now we're going to be using the Season of the Witch.
Good for you, Christine.
Huh?
I was just talking to the chat.
By Lorianne Anderson. I try to talk too, but it never seems to happen.
I just said it was good.
So don't mind me interrupting you, Mr. O. It happens.
No, I didn't mind that. It was just you thinking it was about you. As usual.
Sonny, I got my hood on today. No hat with funny little tassels or anything. Well, we have this is perfect for us in the U.S. today. We have, and maybe in Canada, I don't know what's going on up north, winter woodlands. Take time to honor what you feel. Self-compassion is the healing balm you desire. We all have some wintry looks out there today. Absolutely. Hi, Namira. Eventually I'll get you on the list, but you'll have to wait. All right. Winter woodlands, the keyword, self-compassion, healing. Take time, honor what you feel. Take time to honor what you feel. Self-compassion is the healing balm you desire. Heart healing can feel a lot like being in winter woodlands. In this landscape, it can seem like time is standing still, and the pain you are facing will be with you forever. Healing is never simple, and oftentimes you may not even know you're in a healing phase until you've made your way out of it. You may be ready to give up and shut yourself off from anything good that is attempting to come into your life. But you have pulled this card to tell you that healing is happening. Do not feel any pressure to heal your heart in any particular way. Wait a minute. Am I at the right one? I am. Yeah, okay. It's all about heart healing. Okay. Sometimes it may feel like you're going in circles, passing the same emotions and feelings time and time again. But you must trust that you are headed in the right direction. Be gentle with yourself in the coming weeks, allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling without trying to change. You can still love someone even if they have hurt you, or grieve for something even if other people don't understand why. That doesn't mean you're silly. It means you're human. Don't worry. The frost on your heart will thaw and spring will find you again. Wow, so and in a sense, it's a very appropriate card for now. Since we just had this horrible shooting in Minnesota yesterday, it seems as though, I'm just going to say it, is totally unjustified. And so, regardless of how you feel about it, though, there are many people grieving this loss or feeling just very frightened and sad about what has happened. And so, really, don't worry about what other people think out there. There's so many people that are naysayers and trying to say this person had it coming. They shouldn't have been out there doing this and blah, blah, blah. Ignore that. You have a right to feel your pain and sorrow over this. It shows that you are human. A human being was executed in front of a bunch of people. So it's kind of like, feel it. Feel it, understand it, work through it, heal from it, and then you'll be able to maybe take some action about it. But there are other things too that may be going on in your world that are affecting you in this kind of way. I would feel, and your feelings are your own, and nobody can necessarily understand them, but it's important that you do. That's all I can say about this.
Amen.
All right, let's go. Okay. All right. I got to try to figure out the list now. I know there's Namira, and then Ari came in, and I think that's it. Okay.
I have already added them.
That's fine, but I put them down here, so I'm not done. Okay. Thank you for that, though.
I'm just telling you that.
All right. Whoopsie. Those closed very, very quick today. It's not closed yet. Did Mr. O have that sign up? Whoopsie.
On one of the screens it was up.
It is
I've
not
already
closed.
apologized for that too.
I'm trying to catch up here. As you know, I was reading my card. All right, so we had posted the list, but I'll post it again with everybody else who came in. And let's get started. Go ahead, Mr. O, for Jackie. And Jackie's question was, it's an oracle card. Do you have an oracle?
Nope.
All right, then I will do that one, and you'll go next. You'll go twice. Okay. I'm going to pull for you, Jackie. The Liminal Forest. Whoopsie. Well, anyway, on social media, I'm going to explain the story when the card comes out. And I'm not going to explain what the card is yet, but we had an interesting synchronicity this week, didn't we, Mr. O, when we were pulling cards for the collective?
With those pulls, or the way
Yes.
it combined with something else?
With the cards for the collective, when we pulled them.
Yes, I think I remember what you were talking
So
about.
basically, I'm just going to say that the Mr. O was speaking about a particular card, and I just turned to him because it was my turn to pull a card for the collective.
yes.
And I turned to him and said, I think you jinxed me. I'm probably going to pull that card.
And so you did.
And I did. Out of 78 cards in a puppy pile, I pulled the same card he just spoke about. And I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. And sure enough, it did.
I have the power.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I don't know who you are competing with or who's competing with you, but there's a theme of competition here. From time to time, people may fall into the misconception that advancing along a particular journey necessitates the forceful displacement of others. However, the truth is that the path can actually comfortably accommodate everyone. The crucial skill lies in learning how to make space for one another. Making room for one another doesn't entail stepping off the path or allowing others to overpower us. Instead, it signifies the art of preserving our own place while offering room to others. Mastering this art requires empathy, assertiveness, and strategic thinking. It's about recognizing that each person's progress does not hinder, but potentially enriches our journey. By fostering an environment where support and encouragement flow freely, we continue to a culture of mutual growth and success. This approach does not mean compromising our ambitions, but understanding that collaboration and kindness pave the way for collective achievement. Through this lens, we see that our paths intertwine in a complex, beautiful mosaic of shared endeavors, where the success of all uplifts the success of one. And it's funny, Jackie, because I often think about this too, in that how politics and certain things like even education, they've become a competitive sport instead of, something that should be enriching us and doing things for our greater good. that's why I also feel that politics should not be run by business people. Business people are always concerned about getting the edge over somebody else, trying to get the competitive edge. Being a government servant shouldn't be about that. And so I think this is an interesting card on an interpersonal level as well, is that we shouldn't be trying to compete with the people around us. And if you have people in your life who are trying to one-up you and do this kind of behavior, see if you can't kind of bring them back down to earth by showing a little bit of empathy and trying to show that, well, for example, maybe I like what you're saying here, but how about my idea of this? Why don't we try to combine, things and work together? Working together is so much better than being apart. Not everything in life has to be a competition, right?
Right. It's like trying to figure out where the intersectionality is between you guys working together, where you can collaborate, brainstorm, things like that, possibly reach a form of consensus.
I see, Jay. So it seems as though, Jackie, if you are, facing a situation of like this where, somebody's trying to assert themselves and pull something over on you or above you, rise above you, I just say don't play the game, number one. Try not to play the game. And if you can, try to find common ground, try to find agreement as opposed to each, person thinking that it's my way or the highway, right?
And then again, maybe there's a snake involved. Somebody who really is a dishonest partner, maybe. Or maybe it's just, you have to, resolve feelings about that too, that maybe you feel there's deceptions going on. Are there? There could be when people are trying, to compete. They may be trying to, underplay their hand so that they can, maybe fool you into moderating your behavior. But the second one is the anchor. So that's our second Lenormand.
Huh. Well, realize here that people who do this are anchored in this behavior and they're deceiving themselves if they think it's helpful. What else comes to mind, Jackie? I know you've had contractors and stuff. If you are getting, different, how do I want to say this? Different bids on different things from different kinds of service people, be aware that each one is trying to get your business and they'll say and do whatever it takes to get it. Make sure you do your due diligence and, make sure you're really picking the people who have your best interests at heart and are not just in it to, make the money and run.
Ooh, that kind of makes those Lenormand look a little more precise in a way, yeah.
In a way, yeah.
All right.
So that's what we have for you. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but good luck with that. Hi, Lena. Okay, it's getting a little bit hard for me. Once the show
CJ
starts
and Lena have come in.
Manage the list and all the questions. So I've got some questions, but I won't have them all.
I'm perfectly capable of scrolling that list.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
I just can't
11,
copy and
12.
paste exactly.
So we're up to 12 people now. I do know that. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay.
You're welcome,
So
Jackie.
we are on Mila now.
You're very welcome.
I don't know why that's important right now, Jackie, but that's what came up. So good luck with that. Mila's up, and the question is, will Zine change his workplace? Okay, Flower, I do have your questions, so thank you. And let me publish that. I don't know why it didn't go when I hit return. It is what it is. All right, your deck, Mr. O.
All right.
You know that. All right.
I think I will use the Universal Folk Tarot.
Filling in a couple gaps. Well, I'm not sure, but I think I have everybody who's left a question so far. I don't see a question for you, Lena. I'm just letting you know that again, so...
I see it. It's right there near the bottom. May I get a spirit reading, please?
Oh, there it is. It just popped up.
It's been there for a while because there's two after it.
I know that. They've all just popped up for me. Hi, Divine.
Okay, sure.
I didn't even see Divine.
Hi, Divine. How are you? All right, so Mila's question is, will Zine change his workplace? And I have...
Okay, Divine, good to see you, though.
the reverse. Okay, thank you. Hope you're doing well. I had the reverse Knight of Pentacles and the reverse Two of Swords. And then the Five of Wands. And of course, that reminds me of the Oracle for Competition a few moments ago.
Well, it's really...
Someone else.
Let me get the Lenormand because we may have to do a yes/no on this, but I have a couple of thoughts. I do.
So you're back in India. That's great. Okay. Hopefully everything's going well for you, Divine.
I got you, Lena. Thank you.
Yeah, we have your question.
Well, guess what came up again?
Oh, it's a snake again. In the clouds.
Wow. I'm trying to wrap my head around all of this. Seriously. Yeah. All right, let me just say. The Page of, or the Knight of Pentacles, that's really interesting. That is the Knight, right? Mm-hmm. Knight of Pentacles is very interesting here, and then we have the Two of Swords reversed. So I could look at this two different ways. Like, it's a little bit confusing because they maybe are not putting a lot of effort into it, but they want to make a move. They do want to make a move, possibly to, from the business they're at now. I could look at it that way, or I could say that, I guess I could just also say about this one, they're not satisfied or happy with things as they are now, and so they want to make a move. I also think here, though, that this Knight could also indicate that they're really just kind of sluggish about it. They maybe know they want to make a move, but they're not putting a lot of effort into it right now. You know, I'm going to stop there with those two.
There's a sense of ambivalence of some sort. They sort of feel like they need to move, or that they have a sense of the reasons why they want to, but they don't want to put it in gear for some reason. They sort of want to just really be sluggish about it. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling it could be connected to that last card, the Five of Wands.
They either are feeling too much stress and pressure where they're at, or maybe there's conflicts in the workplace or disagreements, things that they don't like, maybe precipitating this. They may be struggling in some way, and they're thinking of moving on. Or maybe internally they're struggling with the decision of making this move at this time, right? Could be that.
Is that what you're getting from the Five of Wands?
Yeah, I went both ways with that.
Well,
external or internal pressure.
To me, I felt that it did represent some sort of sense of pressure or call to move, and maybe it was because of purely business reasons. Somebody maybe thinks they could do better somewhere else. Maybe somebody who's a closer friend or associate at this point maybe thinks they're wasting their time. They could try to do better somewhere else. But once again, it's the idea that maybe they don't really have that kind of ambition. So I sort of feel like it's a sort of like, oh, I want to go there. Oh, but I don't want to go there. They have ambition, but maybe they're not confident enough or something like that. Is that what I get maybe from the Lenormand? I'm not sure.
Well,
I get that
the Lenormand is interesting. I feel here they may not be seeing things in their true light, though. You know, when I see the snake here and the clouds together here, something is clouding their vision. And they may be deceiving themselves as to, you know, whether this is necessary or not, or what the reasons behind them wanting to make the move.
Well, I think it harkens to my idea that maybe somebody else, socially or otherwise, is in the picture trying to provoke or interest or influence them in this possible move or moving to this other career. That's what I think. And so therefore this relays their feeling that, you know, maybe they're wondering like, well, if they know this person, what are really your motives for trying to get me to move somewhere else? I mean, maybe there's more there. So
well, we're still on Mila's reading, Flower. It's okay. We're still here on this.
I think you're the next one, though. Yeah, you're the next reading. We're wrapping up.
And I guess I don't think we need to do a yes-no because this is my feelings. And maybe I'll see if he agrees, though.
Okay.
I think that they are thinking of moving, but I don't think it's going to happen for a while because they're really not totally clear about moving yet. And what, you know, or just they're being a little bit lackadaisical about it. It's on their mind, but they're not, it makes me slow in coming.
It could also indicate like they're overly cautious too. Like maybe that's some of that reticence or hesitance is that they're over cautious. We're going to leave it at that, I think.
You're absolutely right, Flower Beauty. We have. We always have been, it seems like.
We
for
think
years now.
We think we get fluctuating between 10 and 20%.
Yeah. It's pretty substantial. We appreciate it wherever you're coming from. Let's see. So Flower is up, and I have the question.
All right.
And I'll get a deck. So, why is A chasing me again, and what are his intentions? I think for that one, I'll use that one. Okay. Boy, this card comes up a lot in this deck. There are no bends or funny things about this card. But it's the Page of Cups reversed. And again, in this reading, with a different deck, we have the Five of Wands, but that one is reversed. And the King of Cups is reversed. Gee, they're all reversed. What the? Well, that's not reversed, so I don't know what to say. Okay. What do you got?
Yes, Sunshine, we are still open.
Hi, Sunshine.
All right. So in the Lenormand, I have the Lily and the Stars.
I hope you Well, never mind. I'm not going to worry about it now. All right. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. It's kind of bizarre here, Flower Bee. I'm not sure the intentions are really. Well, there's some possibilities here. Maybe they're just doing this because of some regrets they've had. If they're chasing you again, I take it this ended badly before or something, or they ghosted you or something. But I think maybe now they're having second thoughts. But I'm not sure their head is in a really good place right now, so I'd be a little bit careful with this. In that I'm not sure their emotions are really grounded at this time. When I see the Page reversed and I see the King of Cups reversed, that's really what I'm getting from that. But the 5 here, the 5 of Wands reversed, kind of makes me feel like maybe they're trying to ease whatever went wrong before and break down how do I want to say this? I don't want to say reconcile, but maybe come to terms with whatever caused a conflict in the past with that 5 reversed. Do you know what I'm saying?
In a way, I'm looking at it maybe the same way. I'm not sure, but to me, I look at that 5 and I sort of feel like they feel that there's a point they have to make, whether it's competition with themselves or with you or with someone else. But I feel like it's a point they have to make to sort of come to terms with either what you had or change whatever that status quo is. In other words, if it was moving towards a relationship, but if it never got quite there, maybe they want to come back to that. Or if it's a relationship that just really didn't work out, maybe they have a point to prove about it. I sort of get the feeling like maybe it's just more about them being able to say or prove, or they want you to understand a point, like why they did what they did or why they feel ultimately better or more right about you. I'm not sure if you see that, but I sort of feel it, though.
Yeah, I don't know, because then we have the Lenormand, and the Lenormand is the star and the lilies. It's almost as if they feel like they can...
Is that the point that they're trying to prove, that they can do better? They just want you to notice that they're more successful, or that they're doing better, they're growing better?
I don't know. No, I'm not getting that.
Okay.
I think what I'm getting is, this idea of optimism or feeling good. Maybe they feel like there's something... Well, the stars can also be about destiny and karma. And maybe this is just saying that they want to make things right so that they feel better about themselves going forward.
And that's a little similar to what I was saying, the idea about having a point to prove to you or to indicate something.
Yeah, it could be about that. And so I would just say, basically, because I'm seeing 2 emotional cups reversed here, I would be very cautious in my approach to, this person. And is it A, I think? Well, whatever the case may be very cautious. Because something is not right. They're not thinking their emotions are guiding them right now, but their heart is not completely in the right place. So they may be doing this for their own personal satisfaction or feelings than for you. So be careful.
Right. It's not a big danger red flags thing, but it just sort of feels off-putting in a way, like I said, that like they just want to have the last word of some sort.
Yeah, I'd just say be careful. I'm gonna have to end it at that. You blocked him out of fear. Well, good for you. I think that I just am not sure. We can always do the once bitten and then do it again, but once bitten, twice shy. Just not do it. Not do it.
I'm sorry that you have to go through that.
Yeah. I'm all for second chances if you really feel good about it. But if you have a lot of doubts and they burned you really good, I'd say let it go. All right, Shirley, you are up.
Hi, Shirley.
You're very welcome, Flower. And I have Shirley's question. And there it is. So it's about the job. I think this should be probably a 2 and 2.
Okay, is it your deck or mine?
Didn't I just use?
Yeah, I think you
I
did.
did. So it's yours. So I'll be doing 2 and 2 Lenormand.
All right.
Pick a deck, Mr. O. What the heck?
Let's see. I'm going to use Star Spinner.
Okay. Huh, what was that about? I have no idea.
What?
You know, I upgraded my computer and weird little images and icons come up and my different programs, and I don't know what the heck they did or why. But anyway, wacky stuff. But some of the stuff has been helpful. I just wish that they wouldn't do goofy things like, oh, we've upgraded you, and look, now you can add little icons to personalize your folders. Yeah, you know, maybe that's important to some of us out here, but I guess I'm getting too old because it doesn't really merit an upgrade to me to just do stuff like that. Anyway.
All right, 2 and 2, you say?
I'm a fuddy-duddy. But guess what? I put some icons on my folders anyway. So I'm not completely
Shall I?
old school. Yes, go ahead.
All right, so for the first one, which is about the job offer,
Yeah.
I have the reverse 2 of coins.
2.
And
I ask a question. I never get.
the star upright.
Okay. And for that job, I have a gentleman.
Excuse me. The reindeer, that's a man or a person, and the tree.
Wow. Well, it's an odd hodgepodge. Excuse me. It's an odd hodgepodge here. I think that you could potentially get a job offer. But I'm not sure it's going to happen this week. I'm not sure. You got the 2 of Pentacles reversed there. I think that there may be some delay or some difficulties in them reaching this agreement with that 2 of Pentacles reversed. Or maybe, you know, expectations with this job or what they're going to pay or how many hours you'd work or something else about it, surely, may be in flux. And, you know, it may make you think twice, maybe, about this job, even though it's close by for you. You know, you're going to have to weigh, you know, the pluses and minuses of what they're offering you. That's kind of what I think is going on here. But I do think that should this happen, there is growth potential here. There is growth potential.
Yeah, I like this too. I do feel that the good outweighs the bad, especially with the idea that one of the Lenormand things indicates growth, something strong and growthful, and then the star from the tarot indicates, you know, sort of something that's, you know, feels like it's a good fortune, it's a good destiny for you. So I feel the good outweighs the bad. I think that 2 of Pentacles could be indicating that maybe they keep you waiting up to the last minute. I think you already told us that you thought they were kind of low-balling a little bit already with the salary, but you still were inclined to consider it. So I think that could be what that means.
Let's go with the business.
All right, with the business.
I mean, with, more students.
More students, right.
Yeah.
So the first card is the upright Ten of Cups. I think I'm just going to move these off a little bit to the side to give me some room here. All right, and then the upright Two of Cups.
Nice.
That's
What?
pretty
Nice.
darn cool, I think.
Well,
Hey. And then there's the Whip and the Stork. So the overall look is like, wow.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like something happens and maybe all of a sudden everybody clicks with the idea that they want to become, a client and have somebody learn how to ride horses and do that stuff. That's cool if it's true.
Look at that. I mean, you're connecting with someone this week, and it's possibly even a family. Or, let me just say this. If you have maybe some clients or customers, where more than one person, like maybe siblings or whatever, are being taught by you, it's possible that they will connect you with somebody else. They will recommend you, and maybe you'll get it through a customer's recommendation. I can't rule this out, but it just seems like in the circle of people that you are working with now, something may come out of that. I just sort of feel here something may come out of that. There's definitely a sense of feeling, that you are bringing more people to you. With the Two of Cups here, it's almost like you are connecting. You are connecting with others and feeling as though, feeling fulfilled. So I think this is good. The Lenormand indicates a new beginning coming quickly. So that to me indicates that some new customer may be coming. You really ought to keep us posted on this one. And hey, do not be afraid to let us know when we're wrong. I mean, don't get everything right.
Or to give you some other insight, possibly.
Yeah, but that's what I see. Do you want to go into the Lenormand?
I will in a minute. I was just thinking, though, that the Two of Cups itself just sort of indicates maybe these, if they're new clients or if they're new business relationships of some sort, they're going to prove to be really fitting in well and maybe trustworthy, if that applies. And with the Lenormand, I do think like maybe this is just saying some new associations join up. So maybe you get people in relative relationships, like one family and maybe they're related to another family and both of them want to, do business with you or something like that. So good luck.
Good luck with that.
Good luck, Shirley.
Wow.
Let us know.
So either way looks promising. I almost think, though, for this week, it might be more likely that your business will get, new customers, and this might be a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure, but that's kind of what I felt from it. Although it might happen too, and then, like I said, there may be some pros and cons you're going to have to weigh about this offer. So good luck with that.
All right.
And we are on Libra.
Hi, Libra.
Who wants a general reading, and I will get my astrology tarot.
And Banshee show was on this morning, The Material
gosh.
Matters.
Hey.
And it really did really well. What?
Well, I'm not on screen now, but I was going to say, I don't know, it must be the light, right? My hair looks kind of brownish today more than usual. Golden brownish?
I don't think we had the most lit stage here today. That light's off there.
I see my gray, but it looks brown and like here, and I'm like, wow.
Vanity, thy name is Banshee.
Anyhow,
Banshee.
I did not dye my hair.
Banshee.
All right. General read. Let's see what's going on in Libra's world. Oh, wow. I will give a spoiler alert on this one, but this is reversed. It's our card for the collective tomorrow, but it's upright. This one's reversed. The Hangman is reversed, Libra. That's the beginning of the general reading. And the King of Cups is reversed as well. Uh-oh. What? What is going on with my cards? This one's reversed. That one's upright. So they're not all reversed, but unfortunately, so is the Page of Wands. Yikes. Wow, I don't know if this is going to make sense to you, Libra, but something immediately stood out to me, and I don't know if this is going to make sense to you. I'm going to say it could be men, but it might be others in your... What do you got there?
Crossroads and the Stork.
Okay, This could be between males in your life, but it doesn't have to be. It could be between two people in your life. And I'm almost sensing maybe kind of a age differential here, almost like a father-son, mother-daughter, kind of thing here. But it doesn't have to be, but there could be some maturity differences. And I feel here that you may have to come up with a way to bridge a conflict between these two. They're not getting along on something. They have different goals, different objectives, or disagreeing maybe on, politics or whatever. And you have to find a way to, rise above this discussion, whatever it is, and come up with a solution or some compromise or some way to make them, let this go or diffuse the situation a bit. I don't think it's like really, but it's something that's like, irritating and argumentative, and it could get bigger in time. Go ahead. I did all three cards, basically.
Yeah, I realize that. It is some sort of big divide going on here. If it's not between people in your life, could it be between you and someone else more specifically, or in aspects within yourself? I think it could be people in your life. So I think there's somebody who maybe is really inclined to be the disgruntled person, or the naysayer kind of personality, the person who usually points out more problems than solutions. And then I see the other idea, whether it's a person or just a quality, as, somebody who doesn't feel there are good expectations. And so it sort of feels like maybe they are rubbing off on each other, and there's a divide going on there. So I guess I sort of see that in a way.
And it says it right on the card, too. But anyway, it is the garden, not the crossroads. You said the crossroads when you put that out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Thanks, Jackie. I see that. I would have seen that. I just haven't paid attention yet. And yeah, my hair does look brown. I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to dye my hair. Okay, so at any rate, moving on to the Lenormand, I feel here that they need to talk it out and come up with a new framework to work together. So if they're working on a project together or a solution, or if whatever the disagreement is, whether it's an approach to something, whether it's about changing a behavior or something, they need to find a solution, a new way of approaching each other, and work it out. And I think it's going to involve you. You have to get involved in this. There's no avoiding this argument. That's why I'm wondering, Libra, if it's not within your family circle. It could be in your family, but it could be among friends as well. But I think you can step back a little bit, give it the thought you need to, and try to reason. Try to work reason with these two. I think it could turn around.
Yeah, it's like you're the arbitrator here, or you would be probably going to have to be, because maybe there is something that does bring it closer to you, like it involves other family or personal dynamics.
Yeah, and you know what? Excuse me 1 minute. I just want to say about the garden, it could really truly come from your social circle too, because the garden is about that. I did want to say that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I'm sure.
Kara is up. And Kara will post her question if she hasn't already. So I didn't see one earlier, Kara. There it is. How will my spring and summer be this year? Oh, I think that should be a 2 and 2, eh? And that'll be your deck.
Okay. I'm going to use the Lubenko Tarot. I haven't used it very much.
You know, I'm not necessarily going to do this, but depending on the cards that come out in each position, if it seems like it, I might give you kind of an opportunity challenge for the spring, the summer, depending on what cards come up. It may not work out that way.
All right.
I'm drinking pop today. Pop! I rarely, if ever, drink pop. And you know what? We discovered we had a big bottle of pop in the outdoor fridge, or the garage fridge, from Christmas Eve when we had our son over. It was never opened. And so I decided, well, we have to get rid of it. And but I rarely drink pop. But this is Canada Dry Cranberry Ginger Ale.
Yes, Marita, we can add you, of course. I think we're getting closer to.
I love Canada Dry as far as ginger ales go. I love Verner's. Verner's is a local product, but Canada Dry just has this bite to it that I really like. And when they added cranberry to the mix, oh my gosh. Win-win. Well, Marita, I'm looking at the time. We can add you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 2 and 2.
All right. Spring and summer.
Spring. First card is reversed 7 of Pentacles. And second card is the High Priestess, and that one's upright.
Okay.
What do you got?
It's for the birds.
The birds.
The birds all come out in spring.
That's true. And the Tower.
Okay. Well, this could almost be an opportunity challenge situation here. I'm going to say, though, that it just seems as though something in the spring, 7 of Pentacles is upright. Oh, okay.
No, it's reversed. Oh, wait. It is? No, it is reversed.
But the words are...
No, it's upright. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this deck yet.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. So that's different. I'm not going to do an opportunity challenge. I think here that in the spring is a time for planning more than anything, and maybe networking too. When I see the birds and the Tower, I see you, Kara, in your room networking on social media. You know, that's sort of what it looks like to me, because the Tower can be about being, you know, on your own. The only other thing I can think of is if you're working on a project or goal, or if your goal involves networking in some way, you will be working, you know, on that. But really, I think spring is a time for you to consider setting the stage for, you know, the summer months. I think here that the Seven of Pentacles is indicating plant some seeds, but mostly think about what you want to plant, number one, and how you're going to make them grow. And let your gut, really go within, and what is your gut telling you about how you want to spend the summer? I think here, that's what you've got to plan out. What is it your gut is telling you want to do in the summer, and then plant those seeds and prepare the ground for it. I almost think spring is a preparatory time.
I agree with that. And that tower makes me feel like you need to make sure you have a good foundation or a base of operations. Okay. I mean, we're not asking you to build the city on rock and roll, but we are saying maybe you just have to have a good base of operations to work from. So you have to have a clear plan. That's the Seven of Pentacles. Communication, to me, from the birds, almost actually works with the High Priestess too. Oh. Because it could be saying that
the inner wisdom, the inner communication.
The inner communication is important, but you might have alluded to it too, about, just seeing your plans, and some of that maybe I'm going to say is going to involve a little bit of a deeper dive too, that all of this is really good, but you have, it's like what she said, I think you have to really have a better idea of what you want to happen in the summer. The spring will be the best time to really plan it or fortify for it.
So I think it's really a quieter, time for you in the spring, and a time of preparation and laying the groundwork for something. So let's see what the summer's going to look like. I'm curious.
Card 1. Oh, yeah. The Chariot upright.
Wow.
Advance.
Road trips?
Get in the Chariot and get going.
Uh-oh. But you don't know where you're going. We'll get to that. What?
8 of Wands upright. Wow.
Well, here's
you're pouring on the speed.
Maybe. But here's the dilemma. Hi. Here's the dilemma.
You're the dilemma. The crossroads. You're going every which way but loose. Wow. Uh-oh. The river was deep, the valley was low. The mountains and the crossroads. Okay, come on. You got to get it together.
Well, I guess here, this is really funny. Because in a sense, I see the tarot cards as being an opportunity, and the Lenormand cards as being the challenge.
The challenge. Wow.
So bizarre. So, but when I look at this, summer is a time of intense movement for you, and having a lot of energy, and maybe too much so, and you're trying to focus it on too many things. That's why you really need to carefully lay this groundwork in the spring, because this is all positive energy, but it's how you focus it that's really going to be important here.
Yes,
I'm going to stop before I go to the
The Eight of Wands really is saying you have the energy to target it, but you have to make sure you've prepared for that point, because this is really about that target and focus, just as the Chariot is about advancing and the motivation to do that. But you don't really want to be spinning your wheels at the crossroads, second guessing yourself, saying maybe it's a little bit more than I thought about. You need to know that before you get there. So it's not necessarily horrible if you have to say, okay, I have to downscale or change this because I didn't really appreciate the full magnitude. But you need to be ready for that before you really are mostly engaged, or otherwise there could be some other consequences.
Well, you are a Taurus. You're supposed to be a little bit more grounded than someone like me and Aries. And just let me tell you, it's very easy to just want to do more than we're capable of, and Aries is very guilty of that. We start things, we start another thing, then we never go back and finish what we started because we're doing 3 or 4 more other things. And that's almost what I'm seeing going on here. It's like, don't make things harder for you than they are. You need to focus on a specific path and then just do it. And so I don't think your summer is going to just be based on one activity necessarily, but you've got to map out a plan and have a realistic approach so that you get everything done that you've wanted to do in the summer. So I think you're going to have a lot. So you wanted to know how things are going to go. You are going to have a lot of energy and drive and movement in the summer. Maybe you'll be planning trips or taking small trips. But don't make things harder on yourself than they are. Like I said, map this out if you can. Think of what you really want to do and go within. Communicate to your higher self and see what it is, how you should be spending these summer months and make a plan.
There's great potential for you to have a lot of good activities. You just need to stay focused and watch the energy level too, of course.
So another thing I would say about spring, Kara, is that spend the time doing more divination, spend the time doing more inner work so that you can really try to, have a real fun summer ahead, a real fun and fulfilling summer ahead.
Bust out.
So good luck with that.
All right, good luck, Kara.
All right, so we are on Christine, and I do have a question. That was an interesting reading.
That was.
And the question is, how will things look for a new job, career opportunity coming in for me? Thanks in advance. Let's see. I guess I'll use the Raven's Dream. I like this stuff. Hello there, Christine. Don't forget, February is coming. Super Tarot Love Month and Super Bowl prediction time. I'm curious today. I'm going to make just one prediction right now. I haven't decided about the Rams-Patriots. The Rams. I have decided about the Rams-Seahawks game, and I really feel Seattle might take this one. Seattle's hungry. They're really hungry. And they may take this one. I'm not sure about the Patriot game yet, how I feel about it. I'm rooting for the Patriots because I know Gina is. All right. Okay. Wow, hey, Christine. Well, we have the Queen of Wands upright. Wow. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We got the Ten of Cups upright. It's okay, I can stare at these cards forever. You just keep holding them there. So beautiful. I love her decks, but I've got to be done. I got to be done. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is upright as well. This is like an awesome reading. What is Mr. O going to add with the Lenormand, I wonder?
I have really good ones too, I think.
Okay.
It's the Whip and the Stars.
The Whip and the Stars. Huh. Yeah, okay. Well, get yourself out there, Christine. Queen of Wands. just apply for things that look good. Keep looking. I feel here this is a time you could really shine in somebody else's eyes. They will be impressed by you and and what you have to offer. So this is a time for you to really try to get out there and look, because don't be shy about it, because you've got a lot of fiery, positive, magnetic energy going for you here to attract what it is you are looking for.
Yes, that Queen of Wands says you will basically be really strong when it comes to selling yourself. You will come across very well in interviews, and you really do obviously have what you need to back up the interview. Sometimes people could maybe convince people through their personal skills that they're the right person for the job, but then they have to make sure they can figure out how to learn the job. If you don't have the aptitude, you don't. This seems to me to be really well matched.
Well, look at that. I mean,
10 of Cups.
I feel here that there's a potential here for you to find something that will really be fulfilling, make you very happy, and that you're going to feel right at home with. That, as a matter of fact, gosh, I don't like to get people's hopes up that much, but the thing is, tarot is right. Sometimes it's not, but there's potential here. See those roots? That you could establish some roots there, that this would be some place you could grow into.
It's something that could be considered the happy ending. It looks like the happy ending to a story, or at least the first part of the story. So it's very good. It brings a sense of very good emotional care for the situation and for pretty much everything that's connected to it.
So, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, I think, is going to tie in a little bit to the Lenormand thing I'm going to say later. But I feel here, I don't know. It could be, but I'm not sure. I'll tell you this, though. The Nine of Wands really does tie into the Queen here.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Prepare yourself in whatever way you need to for this. And also lay the groundwork. Get out there and keep applying. Keep showing your interest in things. Network more. See if you can get tips from people on, openings somewhere as well. This is time to prepare and show people what you've got. Because there is something out there, sort of like waiting for you.
Well, if that's what you're the most focused on and where you're trying to push it, then it probably could be. I was looking at this more in the general sense of, opportunities coming to you and how that'll work out. But I could see that. So
the Nine.
The Nine of Wands does speak really about the need to be just really prepared. So that says maybe the ability to punt too, that you have more than one focus for where you want to look for job or career possibilities, because it's the tournament stuff, and then it's also the martial arts, and then it's also other things. So be prepared to encompass both of that.
And so along with all of that, I would just say here very succinctly that you should crack the whip and move towards your destiny now.
Yeah.
Move towards what really calls to you, where your soul wants to belong, where your heart feels you need to belong. Make your moves and keep at it.
Yeah.
Because conditions are looking very positive here. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Christine. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. Those are awesome cards, Christine.
They were really nice cards, yep. Okay.
Dextros, I did not see a question for you, so if you want to post it now, if you are still here.
General, all right.
Oh, yay! Thank you. Thank you for hanging around.
You're welcome.
Well,
yes, we would absolutely want to know.
I don't know. They were pretty darn positive, I gotta say. Good luck with that.
Okay, Dexterous General.
General for Dexterous. Okay. Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
Oh, thank you. But now I feel cold listening to that. No, I'm good.
Well,
right,
I'm comfortable.
General.
These hoodies are nice and warm.
All right, and by the way, I'm using my relatively new Rebel Witches Tarot.
Nice.
So our first card is the High Priestess, and it's upright. Yay! It's followed by the reverse Ten of Cups, so that's not the greatest. And then the reversed Eight of Wands.
The reversed Eight of Wands?
Yeah, after the reverse Ten of Cups.
Well, that's too bad because I got that.
Clover. Yeah, I could use some more coffee, but I don't think I'm allowed to make any
No,
more.
you're not allowed to make more. It's tea time after.
Tea will work. Or cocoa.
Oh, cocoa.
Somebody-
You're actually offering that?
No, you
Shock.
promised me cocoa, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
I think you did.
No, I didn't. Anyway, we digress.
Okay,
All right,
Dex.
so let's take a look at this reading for Dex. You know, Dex, some of this does not look very positive, but there may be things here that can turn this situation around, especially when you have the clover in a reading. So I'd say here that there could be some disharmony, you know, either in relationships. It could be at the workplace. It could be anywhere in your life. There's some disharmony or some disappointment. If it's not disharmony between you and others, it could be disappointment right now. And it could involve other people or maybe an inability to really move forward on your goals. When I see the Eight of Wands reversed here, I feel as though there's a lot of things that are pulling you in different directions and it's diverting you from maybe, you know, focusing on what you need to right now.
Is this coming from your intuition or some sort of sense or feeling like this is happening to you? I almost wonder because of the High Priestess there. The Ten of Cups does sort of feel like there's maybe you're understanding or realizing that a status quo has changed in a close relationship or a close set of relationships. Sounds like it could possibly be family or overlapping relationships of some sort. And I'm not even sure what I think about the Eight of Wands in the context of those.
Well, it's funny because I didn't tackle the High Priestess yet. So I was going to say, in relation to what I said about this situation, I think you just have to tap into your inner, you have to really quiet things down. Try to calm things down a bit. If it is a dispute or disagreements of some sort, or if it's just you're scattering your energy all over the place, you need to settle it down. You need to calm things down a bit and let, your inner voice guide you through this. I think here you hold the key here to, resolving the situation, whatever it is. And if you really need to work on something, you just need to stop letting everything else interfere. Boundary time. It's time to set some boundaries for yourself or for others.
There may be others who are trying to be communicative and maybe be helpful in a certain way, but it's possible that, you're not understanding those messages or you're misinterpreting those things. So you just have to maybe look at things under a more reasonable light, or maybe, you know, try to understand it from the sense of intuition. Are they really trying to help you or not?
And if you are stuck right now, if things just aren't working out for you, why not take all this energy and focus it? Focus it on some internal work right now. I noticed what you were saying there about the cold. You know, you're barely coming out and I don't blame you. We've been staying home for days. We've just been like, kind of couch potatoes of sorts. We're just here stuck because it's so bitter cold out. So if that's the case, focus on doing some inner work right now and coming up with some answers or solutions that might help you going forward.
All right.
I feel here that luck is with you in maybe in accessing this higher wisdom. I'm almost feeling the same way we felt about Kara with wasn't it Kara with those birds?
Oh,
that
right.
You
yeah.
need to communicate. Do some internal work and see what messages come through for you during this kind of sluggish or disappointing period. So good luck with that. It may be too that you are feeling maybe it's the other thing here about that 8 though, Mr. O, that the weather and everything is depleting you right now of your energy and drive. So that's why you're feeling a bit unfulfilled. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. So
All right.
good luck with
Keep
that.
working on that. Good luck.
Clover is luck, and the birds is luck through this, I think, internal work and this getting back in tune with yourself. This is a perfect time for it. Do exercises, do something healthy, because it will promote, positive movement going forward once we can get back to normal again. Good luck with that.
We will try to stay warm too.
All right. Namira is up, and I have a question. And there it is. Well, we'll see if anything comes up about that, if a birth is in the cards. Did I give you the Lenormand? I did. Okay. For this one, let's bring out the winter one. All right. Okay, you have the Winter Strength card. I like that. And you have the New Moon card. It's the moon. And the Ace of Winter Swords reversed. I don't see a birth here per se. What do you got in the Lenormand, though? Sometimes the Lenormand can speak on that. But how exciting. What an exciting time. Oh, that's not. Yeah, well, don't take that into account. What does it come with? Yeah, okay. Wow.
So
okay.
The coffin and the anchor.
It's not what you think, but I think it's pretty interesting. It really does tie into some of the cards I'm seeing here. We don't have to be in the cold climes. I'm not sure where you live, but the bottom line here is that this is a time for more quiet kind of progress or work, which could mean internal work. You know, in the winter times here in the States, it's oftentimes to go within. I just told Dextrose that in another reading, and I am seeing it with some of the cards here as well. That this, okay, you're Netherlands and it's cold. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. And so I do feel this, you know, that this is a time for you to do some internal work or do some quiet kinds of things. No need to push things forward at this time. As a matter of fact, maybe it's just best to let things stay as they are for now in this week ahead.
Right. Strength is usually a time of saying that there's a softer projection needed, not like a very urgent projection. And so to some degree, this is saying focusing your strength on understanding by listening and problem solving that doesn't take more physical or dramatic actions involved in it.
Yeah, the other aspect of this card is maybe any kind of actions, you know, that you take or words that you say to somebody should be more on a heart-based level, a compassionate, empathic level. Use your strength to lift people up during, you know, these dark days.
So that's the thing coming to you this week then is you should, probably plan the general approach in certain dealings.
And I almost want to combine these last two cards. They're very interesting to me because the moon is reversed, and so is the Ace of Winter Swords. And the Ace of Winter Swords is showing that, you know, winter months, oftentimes we feel a little foggy-headed. We're not always thinking clearly. We might be tired, drained, out of good ideas, nothing really coming through for us, exciting us. And I feel that. I feel that with this card. So maybe it's time to go within, like I had said, quiet activities, and maybe in that manner, more things will be revealed to you. But it could clear out some of the fogginess that you might be feeling, or feeling a little bit disassociated or dissatisfied with life or direction right now. Really, going within, you know, some things may be revealed to you.
Right. I think what the cards are saying is that this is a time of less action and to some degree, and you've already indicated that. But that's what I get from that Ace of Swords there, reverse, that rather than being more strategic, or also with strength, that this is saying maybe downturn a little bit. And, you know, there's a projective element of the Ace of Swords that maybe when reversed makes it more of a receiving element. So this is also time saying really think about what you can receive in terms of those emotional or spiritual messages. That's also from, you know, the moon being reversed too, saying this could be a time where there's wisdom that'll come to you. To some degree, I feel a slight feeling about the child that is due to be born, and I just sort of feel it may take its time. It may not be very dramatic, and it'll be hopefully, you know, a good safe birth, but I'm just the feeling based there.
The anchor and the coffin together indicates to me that, you know, this might be saying that maybe some of the things you want to contemplate involve where you are in some area of your life right now, where you are anchoring your thinking, or where you are anchoring yourself work-wise or living-wise, otherwise, where mindset-wise, lifestyle-wise, and decide to end it, to decide to pick up that anchor and make some changes. I think here maybe that's what you might want to consider contemplating here. But you know, it's hard to do that sometimes during this time of year, because we're just feeling so kind of out of sorts.
Right. It's a time of year where, you know, we just want to hunker down because of the cold.
Or if you're lacking a lot of sunshine. Yeah.
That too. So good luck. Take care. Okay,
hi Olympia. I think I think we're going to add you, but then we'll have to close the list. We're getting to the half-hour point now. You just made it, but you'll have to be patient because we do have a list.
Right.
And if you have to leave, you posted your question, so we will do the question in the order of the list I'm going to post, okay? Welcome to the show.
So welcome, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, good luck with that, Namira.
Indeed. Good luck.
So everybody on the list now that I just posted will be getting a reading.
All right. So that's 6 more readings. All right.
And if we go into overtime, we go into a little overtime.
Yeah, we may. All right, so Ari, we're sorry, Jamies.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jamie.
We have places to be.
So who are the Broncos playing? Are they playing New England? Yeah, the Patriots. The Patriots. Well, our follower Gina might have some argument with you on that. But
Sure.
I was kind of rooting for the Patriots for Gina, and now I'm torn. Because I do know people in Colorado as well, so geez. I don't have a thought on that game, but I am predicting myself that the Seahawks are going to win against the Rams. So what is Harry's question? I never got a question, or I didn't get it in time.
Oh, I scrolled back to it. I'll tell you what it is. I really scrolled back to it, didn't I?
I can try to find it.
Yeah, I already found it once, but I forgot it.
I just didn't get it at the time because a lot of people were coming in, or whatever. We were in the middle of readings.
Can you tell me what exactly is influencing my love life so negatively to where it seems like I'm having such tough luck?
Okay. What is influencing it?
Right.
Okay.
What exactly is influencing my love
Well,
life?
let's take a look and see what we get.
And I'm going to use the Lubenko Tarot again.
Okay, Ari, let's see what we get for you.
Card 1. The Lovers Reversed.
Okay. Wow.
Talk about an answer from the universe.
Well, I'm not sure. But that's interesting.
Card 2. 9 of Cups, upright. Card 3. Judgment reversed.
Wow, I don't know about this. I'm going to have a problem with this one. Here.
The Lilies. And the Sith. Yes, the Lubenko. It's subtitled Shadow and Light. It has a couple of extra cards, just different versions of the lovers, like same-gendered pairs, and then the regular.
Oh, you want me to go ahead? Okay. Well, I have to say, with the lovers reversed, I could go a lot of different ways with this. My personal feeling is that, you know, you have a very specific focus of who and what you are looking for in life, Ari, right? And so I feel here that that's saying that basically, you are limiting your choices down to specific details. And unfortunately for you, a lot of the people that you are, the kind of person you are looking for is not out there. And maybe some of the people you thought might be the ones ended up winding up being bad choices after all. I think here that, that's just a fact of life. You've got to try. And if you think somebody is meeting your criteria, then you go for it. But apparently, it's not happening. I think that, you are very specific too in a lot of ways. I mean, I know you have some flexibility, but then again, you're looking for specific things, and apparently the choices are not matching up. And the ones that are wound up being bad choices for a number of reasons. Number one, they may have decided to move on and find somebody else. They weren't as serious, when they were connecting with you as you may have thought. There could be a number of reasons.
Sometimes people find that the vibrations that they actually send out, whether they realize it or not, are received and acted upon. And I sort of get the feeling like maybe some people feel you wouldn't choose them, so they don't come into your radar because they sort of already have an expectation of something not working out. Where it may differ on occasion is something we could talk about, but all of these cards sort of pertain to this idea. The Wish card says to me that you have the highest possible standard for what you desire, and like Banshee said,
I was going to say the same thing. Go ahead.
Like Banshee said, we're not saying that you don't have flexibility, but it's the idea of having the standard that you ascribe to that maybe influences how flexible you can be on a case-for-case basis. So it could be saying that sometimes you misjudge or mischaracterize somebody and they might have been almost that perfect, but because you misjudged them, they moved on. And of course, that's summed up by judgment reversed, in a way.
I like that too. I like what you're put together there.
So none of this makes you a bad person.
No.
I still love you a whole lot, but I just feel like you want the moon in the evening and the star at night, or however that expression goes. You just have really high exacting standards.
Well, and I'm not opposed to that. I think we do have to go for what we feel, but we have to understand that, there could be circumstances surrounding this. I think your wish here, you're trying... Maybe what's happening here too, I'm just going to throw it out there, you're working so diligently on trying to fulfill, your ideal, relationship, that you're trying too hard. Maybe it's saying you're focusing too much on that. I'm almost wondering if that's why this card came up. I like what he said, but I almost wonder if that's why the card came up, and that if you just lighten up and just start getting to know people better and not, look so heavily for a relationship with people, that maybe something will happen. I don't know. That's my possible thing there. Judgment you go ahead.
Okay, no, you didn't do judgment yet. I just gotta go to the Lenormand.
Judgment reversed indicates to me that well, I can't rule this out either, Ari. I don't know if we ever did this with you, but when I see judgment reversed, I think of karma sometimes, and I think of past lives. And I wonder here if there's something in a past life that you had that is causing this stuff to happen to you in this present life. I don't know if we've ever explored that with you before, or even if you buy into that, but that thought popped into my head when I saw that card. But the other thing that it could be is like what he said, is that first off, don't be so hard on other people without getting to know them more first. I think here that's just it. Don't just write people off right away, and give people more rope to hang themselves with. Let me put it that way.
So in a way, then, maybe more brutal way or not, the Lenormand tells a very similar story, saying that maybe to some degree you sabotage your sense of moving forward, of finding what you want, of evolving to that point or growing to that point, maturing to that point. And I just say that because the scythe is there to kind of dig at those lilies.
Oh, CJ, you know now what you say.
There's no camera wide angle lens big enough.
Yeah, I mean, we could have a video of expanding across shelves and bins and all that stuff. So it's that big. And the book collection too, but the book collection is going to be the first to start being purged around here, along with some videos and DVDs.
Got a match, Banshee?
We'll find homes for them. We will find homes for them one way or another. But I think really the books have to go now. The card collection will start to slowly pilfer down. I have to, we're so old and we've collected so many things. Should I go into some of your other collections? So, the dolls and the other...
Oh, thank goodness.
So, we think about our son in the future and we don't want to saddle him with all of this. So, anyway, but, because, hey, we're not getting any younger.
So,
that's why you'll be seeing a few less new decks, but we have so many decks, you will be seeing things you haven't seen us use before.
Probably half of the decks we own were collected before we started the show and have never been shown.
Yeah.
So we'll never run out of decks to show.
So getting back quickly here to what I see with the Lenormand, I feel here that maybe it's time for you to take a knife. I like that. To, cut some of the... cut into your values a little bit and your expectations a little bit and open up more to new experiences. Maybe this is too saying, are you playing... I'm wondering here if it's saying, are you playing it safe right now? Is there a way that maybe you can expand your outreach to different avenues of trying to find the right person? I don't know why I'm feeling that way, because the lilies can be about innocence a little bit, and I think here that it could be saying playing it safe, and that this is saying it's time to do something maybe a little bit more aggressive in your search for the person you're looking for. And it's funny because I said you're taking it too seriously here. Well, I'm thinking when I say this part of it, I'm thinking aggressive in where you're looking. Maybe you just have to expand yourself more and try different things. Get out and do different events. Go different places. Meet up with different people and try to expand your outreach so you can maybe find somebody who's in the periphery out there. That's what I have for that. I'm not sure. That's a real bizarre Lenormand combination for me in regards to the question.
Yeah.
Anything else you have?
Nope.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Good luck, Yuri.
We're on CJ now. And did you post a question, CJ? Because I don't remember seeing it. I know sometimes you say whatever comes up, or a lot of times you say that, but sometimes you have a question.
Our cards are not junk, so it's going to take more.
Well, neither are some of our books, and I have to say some of the last books to go are going to be our autographed ones, and if I do get rid of any of those, they will have a price attached, because being a librarian and going to library conferences, I've got a few, like, for example, children's books and stuff that were signed by very popular authors. And, you know, even in the adult realm, hey, I've got some books signed by Paula Poundstone. I've got some books signed by Christopher Moore, people who are more well-known out there in the writing community. So those are not going to go to the junk pile. Yeah.
Is that your question there, CJ?
Is between this government shutdown and the old one as far as length of time? Are you talking about the one we recently have, or have they just shut down the government now? And I don't know it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand your question.
Yeah, because as far as length of time goes, I can just tell you right off the bat that I think that more recent government shutdown was the longest one
It was.
we had. It was. I think it was reported that way too.
I haven't heard that yet, so I don't know. I mean, I guess we could do a theoretical on that.
So why don't we ask this question instead? Will there be a government shutdown? Because I don't think so. You know, you're hearing Democrats talk about shutting it down because the Senate's got to vote on that. But the best chance for them to have done that was stopping it in the House. They're too close in the Senate vote-wise, and we have at least one Democratic senator who will vote with Republicans on that. So unless more Republicans are disgusted enough that they want to shut it down over ICE, I don't think it's going to happen. So let's just see if it's likely, because I am curious. That could have been a good WTF for us too, actually, CJ. I agree, but I'm not seeing it happen. I see more likely, martial law being enacted, and that is a different story. All right.
All right. Three of Swords reversed.
J.D. Vance would break a tie and see. So I think it's not going to be shut down.
Ace of Wands upright. And Five of Swords upright.
All right, I need that first card again.
It's the Three of Swords reversed.
Yeah. And the Ace of Wands is upright.
And the Five of Swords.
Well, there is going to be definitely some bad stuff happening. Let me just say that. It could be a government shutdown because the Five of Swords definitely indicates a locked battle here. But like I said, that could even be martial law. I'm really concerned about that. And that's the Ace of Swords, but Wands.
Business.
It could be more likely to me that there could be general strikes. You know, when I see the business card there, that was my first thought that came to mind.
But it's upright, though.
Right. But the cards around it aren't that great, although I will say this. The Three of Swords indicates that there are people here who want to find a way forward and heal from this. There are always those who are looking for that way forward, which I applaud. I would wish everybody could do that. But, you know, there are a lot of people who are in power who are not willing to change their ways. They have to find a way to break through and recover. And I feel it's possible. And I feel that if somebody can come up with a new idea or solution that can bring people together, that could happen. But there is so much conflict right now and discord. I almost feel it really outweighs this in a lot of ways. Five of Swords is a very powerful negative card, and I've always felt that way.
Right. I mean, we could probably do a yes-no real quick.
Yeah.
But let's look at the Lenormand.
So
Because right now it looks like, in my opinion, it looks like it's an either way kind of thing. Like it could.
I feel there's a modest recovery and being attempted, and that people are looking for a positive way forward for growth. That Ace of Wands, but look at that Five of Swords. They're up against a wall here. And I don't want to say a wall of ice, but you know, the thought has crossed my mind.
The Moon. And the Child.
So I feel baby steps.
Baby
if there's a
steps.
recovery, or if there's anything to had from this, people have to get over their grief and upset to take constructive action to move forward. And conflict has to ease, but you know, the Five of Swords often indicates this is a no-win situation. So we have to move forward carefully, very carefully, if we want to succeed. So let's do a yes/no. I'm game. You want to do the yes/no?
Sure.
We're going to do a yes/no and see if it's really a shutdown that's happening. I feel it's just total discord and chaos. Personally, there's a lot of, I've been seeing talk online of a lot of people not even wanting to pay taxes if their taxes are going to go to this kind of stuff happening. So, you know.
Do you need to shuffle, or should I just do it?
You can give me those Lenormand back and I'll shuffle. Oh, you could have done it after. Thank you. Okay. All right, so will there be a government shutdown? And this is just a one card.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good question. I know we have our own political spin, but you can kind of get the gist of some of those cards there depending on what side of the fence you lie on. All right, Mr. O, it's on you. Let's see what you got.
Wands.
The 2.
And typically that means you'll have to work at it, but that could be saying in this context that it's maybe not as likely that people would really have to try to want that and to work towards the idea of shutting down the government. And of course, the Two of Wands is about maybe finding new strategies, new ventures to move forward. It's not about limitations, it's about kind of freeing up things and expansion. So I'm going to say, I don't think so.
Well, but you have to work at it, right? That's a yes, but you have to work at it?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
so there will be a government shutdown,
Oh.
possibly.
Poo-poo.
Yeah, I think he didn't that's okay.
I misread the question.
But-
yes.
Let me just say, when it says they have to work at it, here's what it faces in order for that government to shut down. There has to be a strategy to get everybody on board to make it happen. And is that going to happen? I think twos say it's possible, and it's leaning towards yes, because that's what the answer is. But only if the work is done to make it happen. And in my mind, they have to make sure they get enough votes. In other words, Republicans who are being threatened constantly by, the people on their side who wouldn't want this to happen, Trump and others who would not want this to happen. They fear for their families' lives. They fear for their safety from people who are threatening them. They have to be willing to vote no, or they have to be willing to vote no on the budget. And enough Democrats have to come along too, because otherwise the Senate is too evenly matched. Like I said, if this was going to happen, I really feel it would have happened in the House. Hey, it looks possible, but I'll tell you what, if it does happen, CJ, there's going to be a bitter backlash to this. You saw that Five of Swords there. There's going to be a bitter backlash.
And right, like CJ mentions, they're all up for re-election this year.
Yeah. I know. If we have an election. So, I don't know what to say. But that was interesting, and thank you for asking, because These are the
We
kind
like
of
to do those
things
from time to time. Yep.
that everybody should be concerned about, really. So thank you.
All right. And we're on Lena. Hi, Lena.
We made it to you,
You're
Lena.
welcome,
My
CJ.
goodness. And I do have the question, which is, may I get a spirit reading, please? All right. Powerful cards in that reading, CJ. I also want to call attention to our card for the collective for tomorrow, because I think I have a message in there that kind of speaks to all of this in a way. And it's the card that's coming out, too. I did mention already that it's going to be the Hanged Man, right? So it'll be interesting. Stay tuned for that. All right.
Okay, Lena.
Wait a minute. A spirit reading? No. I will use this one. So my reading?
Yep. How do you frame that question?
Pardon me?
How do you frame her question for your reading?
Oh, may I get a spirit reading? So it's spirit. What is spirit?
Okay. What the spirit is saying.
Yeah, what does spirit have to say? Why is it important? Where are things headed? Sorry. I thought it would be more focused like that this time. 6 of coins upright. So Spirit wants you to work towards achieving balance in your life, and also to consider that when times are good, that you are there for others who may not be experiencing as good a time as you are. Whether this is emotional support, material support, be there for others when they need you, and it will come back to you in positive ways. I think Spirit wants you to find balance and harmony in your affairs. And I know for some time, Lena, you have been trying to increase your income, or maybe find a job or get a promotion or a raise that would pay you more. So I think you want some parity and some balance here in your life.
Spirit could also be asking that you share more with them directly, that maybe Spirit is asking to have more of a relationship with you through prayer or meditation or simple acts of affirmations of some sort. So, for example, tending a garden with love is a way of maybe having a relationship with Spirit in some form. So don't disconsider that too, that Spirit may be saying, I want to give to you and I want you to give to me.
Yeah. So why is this important? It's the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Coins is upright. Okay, so why is this important? Because you want to feel comfortable, you want to feel safe, you want to feel secure. And also, I think, Lena, too, this speaks of your character a bit as well. Because I talked about the kindness and being there for others. You are a nice, generous person with your time and your energy towards others, and you do have a caring nature. So I would caution you here on one level too, is in order to maintain that balance and harmony in your life, Spirit wants to remind you to take care of yourself as much as you take care of others, number one, and number two, not to allow others to take too much advantage of your good nature. Now, I don't see that here, but I'm just saying this is a Spirit reading, and they're talking about how you can maintain balance in your life right now, is just make sure that people are not taking advantage of your good nature either.
So, to me, when I think about why it's important, the Spirit could be saying that there is a great degree of feminine spirit, female spirit, mothering, or all phases of female culture or spirit attitude that they want to share with you. And so they want you to understand the perspective of an evolved spiritual being that maybe has more of a female sense of consciousness that wants to nurture lives. Spirit could be saying this is a role they want for you too, to be that kind of nurturing mother to others as well.
I like that. And where are things headed? What? Oh. Well,
The Tower.
okay. The Tower is here for a reason, because it's time for things to shake up in your world a little bit to achieve this balance, I feel. So if it means you have to eliminate some people who in your life who are taking advantage of you, it's time to do that. If there's jobs and things that are not providing for you the security, the support, the financial growth that you need, it's not built on a solid foundation, and it needs to come down. It needs to come down, and you need to move on. You need to break down the things in your life that are not, that are not bringing you into this harmony and balance.
So it is interesting that we asked for a spirit reading for you, your request, but two of the cards have very major material associations, being pentacles.
Yeah.
And even the Tower itself has that sense of a material association. And so I think the message from Spirit is kind of like what Banshee was saying here, is that the spiritual qualities of your life are enhanced at this time, but you may have to look at what physically in your life needs to change. What structures no longer serve, or what structures really have damaged you and that you may just need to put an end to them. And of course, as structures, these could just be also to other things in your life. They don't represent like, a house necessarily, but maybe a structured way of thinking or doing things, whether it's in your workplace or anywhere else. Maybe it's about coming up with different routines to accomplish the same goals, but doing them in ways that maybe honor that sense of being able to share from Spirit.
Lenormand?
It's the house or home and the birds.
Well, I like that because it kind of reinforces what I've said a little bit about, making sure that, it's time for you to set some boundaries with others and communicate that. It's kind of like, and when I say communicate, I mean carefully. For example, if this is about the workplace and set some boundaries. If this is about the workplace not accommodating you enough, it's time for you to, hey, let them know in no uncertain terms that it's time for you to move on then. Find a job and move on. Let them go. I think here this is about something else, people taking advantage of your time and energy and good nature. Set some boundaries with that. Just say, hey, I have a life too. I've got to take care of my own needs and concerns, and communicate that. Set some boundaries.
Birds are, in fact, spiritual messengers. We see in the first card, the presence of the owl sitting, on her shoulder. And so I think the idea could be that maybe a lot of this really happens around the physical trappings of your life, whether they're in your home life or in your work life, or just considered through various relationships you have. Spirit wants you to decide what is still valid and still needs nurturing and care for yourself or for others, but to realize that this is a time now to consider what no longer serves and should be changed in some way to create that better spiritual home for you. Good luck.
Yeah, so good luck with that. I look at the home in this case about your security and comfort as boundaries, setting boundaries. But, because it's like a home and a foundation. Your home is your fortress. So your stronghold. So Put some boundaries there. Good luck with that, with yourself. Good luck with that. All right, so Sunshine is up. I think I've posted that. And Command V.
Hi, Sunshine.
So, I noticed what CJ says there, and hey, I'm not going to get too much in politics. We probably do need a department like that. However, right now the way it's being run is they're all mercenaries. They're mercenaries. They've got bounties on heads, and they're picking up everybody, and they're hurting people. And it seems like the powers that be seem to like that. So until they operate within the law that most law enforcement officers have to operate in, they have to be dismantled. They have to be dismantled from the bottom up and refixed or retraining is just not enough. And,
they are not trained at all in the sense of how we normally would train security law enforcement.
So
they are not trained.
I would agree with you 100% that we need a DHS, but I am not refunding this operation. I am not for that in its present form. Period. That's just so you know where I stand, but, you know. What? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I try to be open-minded, and I think it's fine. We should express our strong opinions, but we shouldn't, you know, it gets to the point where we hate each other and we vilify each other over it, and that's wrong. But whatever the case may be, murder and what's going on with children and dropping people off in sub-zero weather with no coats and shoes on because you made a mistake in picking them up in the first place and not dropping them off back at their home, leaving dogs and things in the house unattended to starve, all of this is not the way we should be functioning as a government. Whew! It's horrifying. Anyway.
General reading for Sunshine. And the first card is the Six of Swords upright, followed by the Ten of Wands reversed, and the Fool reversed. All right.
I'm not totally a fan of Gavin Newsom either as a Democrat. You know, I'm a blue. But the thing is that, you know, there are some people that rub me the wrong way. There are certain things I like about him, but for the most part, you know, he's not my favorite candidate for president for 2028, that's for sure. All right. Mr. O is done with politics as well. Let's get on the reading. So this is a general reading for Sunshine, and you know, with the Six of Wands here.
No, that's the Six of Swords.
Oh my God.
And the Eight of Wands, or I'm sorry.
You're right, they look like...
The Ten of Wands reversed.
The swords to me look like swords, but for some reason, the word swords looks like wands to me. I'm sorry. So it is kind of strange. Okay. They're so small. Six of Swords is very good. I like it.
Well, it actually combines with the Ten of Wands in a way. You're leaving burdens behind too. Or burdens are shifting as you move away from troubles.
Yeah, there's some real positive energy here. Absolutely.
The Fool reversed is maybe slight concern. It could just be saying that be careful as you move ahead, that maybe there still are some possible consequences or pratfalls you need to be aware of to avoid, because in essence you're at a crossroads and moving quickly may seem like the right thing to do, but you have to be considerate of all of that.
So which cards?
I went through everything like you do sometimes.
Great. Awesome. So, you know, when I look at that Six of Swords, I feel like you're moving towards better days, better times, maybe leaving some troubles behind to move forward in your life in a more, you know, to a more calmer, peaceful, tranquil state. You're letting go of burdens, things that have been holding you back, and you feel like you can move freer now. So I want to go a little bit differently with that Fool than Mr. O did and say that don't be afraid at this point in time in your life as you move to calmer things to take some chances once in a while. Sometimes the Fool indicates a fear of taking a chance on yourself, a fear of taking that leap of the unknown. And so just because of the flavor of the cards here I'm feeling here, yeah, take it slow. Make sure the risks you want to take are worth them, are worthwhile. So I wouldn't just go blindly off the cliff. I would say make calculated risks right now that you've thought about a bit and given some due diligence towards. And here, that's where I think Mr. O got the Lenormand too, because with the Lenormand, it's saying, when you're at, don't rush to make your moves too quickly. If you're at a crossroads on different things, wondering what direction to go through next, take your time and make sure the one is right for you. Because if you make a snap move, if you make a reckless, foolish decision, it could cost you.
All right.
So that's what I have for you. But I think things are moving in the right direction now. So don't mess that up. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I think both of us sort of feel there's moving towards something else, and maybe a slight cautionary note about, going too fast or not being considerate of all possibilities that may be there. All right, and we're on Marita, right? Yeah.
Yep. And I have a question.
Welcome.
General, what is coming up for me?
You're welcome, Sunshine.
Hey, you're very welcome. That's an interesting read. All right. Well, I'm going to use my sci-fi tarot. What is coming up? All right. Woohoo. The Three of Pentacles is upright.
Hold on. I don't have it together. Hold on.
That's okay. I'm patient. Okay, I'm not. The Two of Wands is reversed. Wow. So we got 2, 3, and 4. And we have the Four of Pentacles upright. It was really funny that I pulled the 4 because I was thinking, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I got the Ace? Ace 2, 3. And then I pulled the 4. Well, those are nice and big, and I can read them here. Oh. I think everybody can see those cards. All right, well, the Three of Pentacles. So, and the Four of Pentacles. This is a time to maybe, well, I don't know. I have to think about this a minute. So what is coming up for you? What is coming up for you is maybe some teamwork, some team projects or goals, or working with others on a shared goal or purpose. It could be maybe a learning activity, maybe that you are going to be trained or going to some workshops or things where you will learn some skills from others, taking a class, for example.
Well, I agree with that, but I wonder if maybe you won't like the direction that it's going because of that Two of Wands reverse there. That maybe there's some particular thing going on that you don't appreciate about where this focus really is. Is it possible that they're trying to get people to be in a team that haven't worked together before, or is it in fact a rearrangement of a department or something like that with a new protocol? Just wondering. It's just a sense that I get to that. But then, of course, if I moved on to the Four of Pentacles, this could be saying that there's a sense maybe that not everybody wants to give up that autonomy or put into this project exactly the same as what others do.
I'm really kind of close to what you're saying, because I had a thought here that, I was saying that you'll be working on a shared project or goal or something maybe at work where people are working together. And it seems like not everybody is on the same page with the strategizing and what needs to be done here. And that could be causing some problems. And so I feel here that sometimes people might be too tied to either a particular way of doing things or not wanting to think differently. They're kind of holding to things
change resistance.
Yes. I feel like some change resisting might be going on here. And I don't know if that's on your part necessarily or other people's parts, that some people are resisting the change here. But change is coming, right? You see the tree and the new beginnings here?
Growth.
That could mean a lot of things.
Growth means something new.
So I do feel like here that with the tree, something growthful, there will be growth coming out of this new project assignment or a reorganization that may be going on. Or if you're taking classes, etc., if you are learning something new, it may open the doors, this learning, because trees can be about learning too, may open the doors for new opportunities for you. So if you are considering going back to class, for example, or school, maybe it will open some doors for you. That's what I'm seeing with these cards, yeah.
It was an interesting reading.
So good luck with that.
Good luck.
I can't add anything to it. We are on Olympia. And Olympia had a question. I have that. Hi, Olympia. Thank you, if you're here still, for joining us, but we will be answering your question now.
Will I be returning to Italy to be with my family?
And there it is. All right.
What deck shall I use? I think I'll use the Universal Folk Tarot once again.
All right, and that will close the show. All right.
Yep.
And why am I shuffling these? I don't know. I was looking for this, and then I distracted myself. Okay. This one goes back here. Okay, it's a good question. We may have to ask a yes or add a yes-no reading if this does not give us a good yes-no answer.
All right, the first card is the Eight of Swords reversed.
I like that.
The next card is the Emperor reversed. And the final card is the Eight of Wands upright. So, Olympia, I don't know if you're here, but I almost wonder if there's a particular person or situation or energy that has maybe been trying to keep you from coming back or hasn't been able to help you or doesn't want to help you come back. And I think that's the Emperor reversed. But with the Eight of Swords reversed...
Look at those 2 8s.
I know. with that Eight of Swords reversed in front of it, it has that feeling like maybe you weren't able to do this, or it was not in your power to do this for some reason.
I'm going to save these because I think it'll just, it's sort of an afterthought in a way, or I don't know. Well, anyway, I like what he's doing here. I really do. With the Emperor reversed, it seems like, well, it's either somebody is blocking you from, or maybe putting roadblocks in your way, or you just have to get it together if you really want to do this. You have to get more organized, get your stuff, get your life in order to make this happen if it's what you really want to do. So that's why I feel the Emperor may be here. When I'm looking at the Eight of Swords, I feel like you can free yourself up from whatever, whether it's somebody else or whether it's your own self. You can free yourself up from whatever it is that is keeping you here, if this is your desire, again. Because the Eight of Swords is saying you're releasing, if you release yourself from either self-doubts or worries or blockages that are stopping you, holding you in place from making the move, you will be able to do it. And let's go over there to that Eight of Wands, because Eight of Wands is about travel and movement. And so you can make this move. If this is your desire, you can do this. And
so the cards mostly right now feel like, yeah, you will do it.
I feel like you will do it, but this is entirely up to you. And again, if somebody is stopping you on the family side from doing this, then you need to find a way to resolve that. But if this is just stuff going on within you, you have to free yourself from that, and you can do it.
Luck, the Clover, and the Coffin.
It's really interesting to me because I almost feel like with the luck card here, because the luck can be luck, timing, fate, destiny, etc. I kind of looking at this with the coffin and thinking to myself that this can happen in time. You can put an end to living here or wherever you are right now to move back with your family in Italy if that is what you want. I think here that also maybe it's your destiny that you will do this. You will put an end to where you are now and or whatever's holding you back from doing it and move back with your family if that is what you want. I think here whatever decision you decide to make, luck is pretty much on your side. But I do feel that this kind of indicates you might be coming to an end here of not being able to do this. You will reach this.
The whole thing sort of smacks to the idea that the reason you haven't been able to go back now is that there is something that keeps you from doing that. Whether it's actually somebody's deliberate plans or whether it's a set of circumstances, this will be ending and it will be a sense of luck or stroke of luck.
Hey, if it's money, maybe you'll win the lottery to go. I mean, I'm just saying luck could play a role in this too, in you deciding, yes, now the time is right and I can make this move.
Well, I don't know if you'll ever come back, but if you do, we would love to find out if you did, in fact, get to move back to Italy with your family.
And if that is what you want. If it's not what you want, then all I can say is you are the key here. You just need to stand your ground and can make the decision and not let anything get in your way. If it's financial and other, then you just have to work harder if you want to make that happen. It's very possible you can make this happen. So I wish you luck with that.
Good luck, Olympia.
Yep. All right.
And
that's our show. Sorry if we got too political there for everybody, but I think everybody is entitled to their opinions on this show. As long as it doesn't get hateful or vile or stuff like that. We won't tolerate that kind of thing.
We can certainly do that. I think he's upstairs snoozing on one of the beds.
Yeah, he hasn't come down. Wait, he was here in the beginning.
He was here at the
Kara,
beginning of the show.
when Kara came into the show, but then he went off to probably find a warm place to rest.
Pretty cold around here, Jamie's.
All right, everybody. Take care. Thanks for joining us today. Some very interesting questions, and I gotta say, I thought there was some real interesting readings today. So I wish you luck in all that you do, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.